All right, so day one of the NFL draft for 2023, it's over. It's in the books. A lot of the speculations, some of it has come to an end, kind of, but there's still a lot to be discussed and speculated over. But as far as the Ravens is concerned, the Ravens used their 22nd pick. I thought, and many other people thought they were going to trade out to get more picks, and maybe they'll still figure that out too. But as far as their first round pick, they picked wide receiver Zay Flowers out of Boston College. I'm cool with this pick. For me, like my favorite receiver in this draft was Jackson Smith and Jigba, but at the same time, I wasn't gonna be mad with them getting anybody else because I had a feeling that Jackson wasn't really gonna fall to the Ravens anyway. But like the Ravens already were giving signals that they preferred Zay Flowers anyway, and maybe it's more so just a matter of how they think he kind of fits in. He is from what I could see just watching highlights a pretty, I don't want to say unique, but a unique receiver in this class, really, like as far as somebody who has shown pretty solid catching ability, pretty solid body control. He's one of the faster receivers that got drafted in the first round. Like he ran like a 4.42 40-yard dash. Coming out of college, like he's coming off of his best season where he had 78 catches, 1,077 yards, 12 touchdowns. He was averaging just under 14 yards a catch. I just looked this up just now. Apparently, like his total stats for college is at 3,000 yards is like the fourth highest in ACC history. So like he's done enough to make me to definitely make me hopeful that this could be a very underrated pickup that could go very well. But at the same time, I am still kind of wondering, like, does this pick automatically mean that the DHop trade is no longer gonna come through? Because we were, many of us were definitely expecting something to be announced today with the Cardinals, but the Cardinals at the same time, they were super busy themselves where they traded their third pick and then they traded again. Like they were making a bunch of moves. So right now it's still kind of up in the air. But you could also say no news is good news because D-Hop hasn't been moved yet as far as I know. Like I'm recording this at like 3 a.m. I'm about to go to sleep. But yeah, like still nothing, like nothing as far as like news related to D Hop going anywhere else. I know the Chiefs and the Bills are trying to aggressively go after him too. So we'll see how that goes. The Chiefs, to my surprise, didn't take a receiver. I thought they were going to with their pick, but they ended up choosing a guy for their defensive line. But as far as the Zay Flowers picks, personally I'm cool with it. Like he's a fast dude, very very shifty. He's the type of person that likes fighting for yards after the catch, which again, as many Ravens fans know, that's been a big issue with the receivers for the Ravens for the past couple years. Is like these receivers they've been dead last in the NFL when it comes to yard after the catch. Like they in previous years they just don't fight for yards, man. Some people are saying this could be like Hollywood, like having like Hollywood Brown, but Hollywood 2.0 instead, because he's gonna be more aggressive. And that would definitely be nice to see, because that to me was one of the biggest issues I had with Hollywood. But like besides the drops, it was just the fact that like in so many instances he just didn't want to fight harder to get that extra yard, to get those extra yards. Like he just, like, I don't know, like at time it just didn't seem like Hollywood really had that dog in him. And in my opinion, when you're 5'9", 5'10" in the NFL, even though in like your day to day, even though like in the real world, there's nothing wrong with being that height. Obviously, like that's the average height. But when you're in the NFL, like in my opinion, I think players in that height in that area, I think they all should typically have that dog in them, like Steve Smith. Like that's usually what I think of Because again, a lot of people keep saying, "Oh, the Ravens need a big body receiver. They need it. They need it." I mean, yeah, obviously that would help, but more than anything, they just, like I've been saying, they just need, skilled receivers who play with some heart, and hopefully, Zay Flowers can bring that. He's a guy he's definitely a deep threat. He's a guy they could put in the slot. Like he's a guy. He's a guy who could be kind of a Swiss Army knife in the ways they could use him and the ways he could sort of get in where he fits in on this team. Even if we bring in DHop, because the DHop situation in my eyes, it's still on the table as far as I know. Again, DHop has not moved yet until he officially goes somewhere else or announces that he's staying for the year with Arizona. We cannot rule that out. They still might trade Patrick Queen. They also still want to get they still want to get more picks. Obviously, you know how EDC is. He wants more picks. They already just used one pick, so they only got 4 left. They're gonna definitely be trying to cook up just on some mad scientist stuff to try to cook up some sort of formula to get DHop and some picks, or if the DHop thing don't go through, at least get some more picks. So I'm interested to see how that kind of pans out. But even if DHop comes, I know a lot of people said, "Oh, if DHop comes, that'll be a waste of a pick." I don't think it will be, because again, we don't know if we would keep DHop long term. At this point, we technically don't even know if we're gonna keep Odell long term. I think we're gonna try to, assuming Odell has a good season, which I think he's going to. Because when you look at the way they set up his contract, obviously, they did, even though technically on paper it's 1 year, they added 4 void years. So I'm assuming that's sort of them playing chess and trying to stay ahead, assuming everything goes the way they wanted to, and then they could just extend them. But still, again, it as much turmoil as we've experienced when it comes to the receivers over the past 27 years, as much as we've been through as Ravens fans, watching our receiving room be the laughing stock, we deserve this. We deserve all of this. We deserve it all. We deserve every last bit of this, all of it. That's why I still say let's go for DHop anyway. It doesn't matter. I don't care how people feel. Let's go for DHop anyway. Joey Porter, the cornerback Joey Porter Jr., he's still available. So I'm assuming if the Ravens try to figure out a way to acquire some second round picks, I'm assuming that's who they're going for. Unless Marcus Peters it comes back on a team friendly deal. Otherwise, I'm assuming that's who they're going for. But still, again, let's go for DHop. We deserve this. We spent too many years playing the what if game. And now we could possibly be witnessing the beginning of a dynasty. And that is not an overreaction at this point. We may be witnessing the solidifying of a dynasty. Because as we all know, a couple months ago, if Lamar plays in that game, we're beating the Bengals by at least 10 points. And again, that was with us having Greg Roman hold us back. Now all of a sudden you bring in somebody else, you make some upgrades in the receiver room. Oh, it's a whole different ball game. Now all of a sudden we go up face to face against a team like the Bengals. Forget about 10 points. We have a shot at beating them by 14, 20, 21 points. We are going to be a powerhouse. So I'm definitely excited about this pick. I know a lot of people were expecting them to go corner. I thought they were going to go corner too, especially because of the DHop rumors. But it's still possible. We'll see how it goes. Let me know in the comment section below what are your thoughts on the Ravens picking Zay Flowers at 22. Do you like it? Do you hate it? Do you feel indifferent about it? And what do you think is going to happen on day 2 and day 3? And also, do you think that they're going to make any trade for D Hop at this point, or do you think it's off the table now?